Well, her name's Rock Chalk. She's the talk of the town. We're the German Shepherd duo, always sniffing around. Smith and Wesson by her side, they ain't just for show. They're the muscle when she's hustling, solving crime on the go. She's got her boots in the dirt, she's cracking the case. A true crime queen with a smirk on her face. Loves her country rap bumping, got that twang and that beat. You mess around with her, you're in for a treat. Oh, F-A-F-O, better watch your step. Rock Chalk's on the scene, she'll clean up your mess. With her dogs and her charm, she'll track you down slow. Oh, F-A-F-O, yeah, you reap what you sow. She's got a badge and a sassy attitude to boot. Kicks down doors like she's in hot pursuit. Smith and Wesson bark, don't you dare run. She's the queen of the scene, yeah, she gets it done. Country rap on the radio, she's cruising the street. From the city to the sticks, she's the one to meet. Her motto's real simple, don't try no bluff. Mess around all you want, but you'll find out quick enough. Whoa, F-A-F-O, better watch your step. Rock Chalk's on the scene, she'll clean up your mess. With her dogs and her charm, she'll track you down slow. Oh, F-A-F-O, yeah, you reap what you sow. She's got cowboy boots and a badge of steel. With a heart of gold and nerves unreal. You thought you could hide, but she's always in the know. Now you're caught, son, F-A-F-O. So here's the Rock Chalk and her Shepherd crew. Smith and Wesson got her back and they're coming for you. Country rap in her veins, she's the queen of the scene. F-A-F-O is her motto, and she's living the dream. Rock Chalk out. Hey! She's got cowboy boots and a badge of steel. With a heart of gold and nerves unreal. You thought you could hide, but she's always in the know. Now you're caught, son, F-A-F-O. So here's the Rock Chalk and her Shepherd crew. Smith and Wesson got her back and they're coming for you. Country rap in her veins, she's the queen of the scene. F-A-F-O is her motto, and she's living the dream. Rock Chalk out.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, everybody. Dillhole, everybody. Ostrich, Deb C. We got another Deb in the chat. Juice has been talking a lot. Cold and covered. Good to see everyone. Nona, Malou. I think Christopher is back. Listen, I was not familiar with the Panhandle area until the Veronica Jillian case. And, well, this whole family, this Rock Chalk family, we've stuck through it. It's been rough. Seen a lot of crazy stuff go on. A lot of things shoved under the rug. It's sad. Now we got a 16-year-old girl. I'm not sure if she was a runaway or what was going on. Again, I'm just now digging into this. Found it last night. I know how things are swept under the rug down in the Panhandle. And I want to do everything I can to try and get justice for this young lady. Again, I haven't seen any news articles out there. Sorry, I got something in my throat. Annette Lawless is from Wichita. She did a couple stories on this, and I'm going to show you them. My biggest concern is you've got Texas County involved. You've got OSBI involved. And anybody that followed the Kansas mom case knows these ladies were missing for 14 days. Nobody was out looking for them except me and a couple other people. But as far as law enforcement, they was not out looking for them. And I just feel like if you're from this area, you got to talk about this. You got to talk about it if you want justice. Because so many people from this area came up to me, talked to me, told me about their family members and things that happened to them and their cold cases. Never solved. We're not here to shame anybody. We're here to try to find out answers and talk about it. Talk about it. Get it out here in the open. I see girly girls here. Deal hole. Ostrich. If I miss somebody, I'm really sorry. But I'll be honest with you, I've not slept. This breaks my heart. This breaks my heart. Not sure what was going on in London's life, and I'm not here to judge. Not here to judge. It's a shame this ended this way. We got somebody in the chat saying she OD'd and then they hit her body. Not sure about that. I asked if the 2 guys that she was found with was cleared yet. Juice is saying not cleared. I don't understand why the news stations have not picked it up. I'm going to try to hit up Jeff Herden with KSN, see if they'll do a story on this and at least get it out here. Not something I really want to cover, but if we have to be the voice, we're going to be the voice. So here we go. If you follow the channel very much, I always put everything on the main page. I'm going to show you. Instead of going live 50 times, I try to put stuff in the main page. So I'm just going to go back to where I started posting about this. All right. Body found near Forgan, Oklahoma. I don't know where Forgan is, but I'm going to assume it's close to Hooker, Oklahoma. As I said at the beginning of this, when we was doing the, which we still are, the Kansas Moms case. Listen, my throat's messed up, but this has really got me shook. When you have a young lady at 16 that possibly ran from home, we don't know the circumstances, okay? But she was out there and seems to got mixed up in some bad stuff. Is it the guys she was with? I don't know. But let's read the press conference here. It was a press release, and this was with KSCB Newsnet. Not even sure who that is. That might be something that Annette Lawless is part of. I don't know. But here we go. In a press release from Beaver County Sheriff's Office on June 12, 2025, the Beaver County Sheriff's Office, at the request for assistance from the Hooker Police Department and assistance from the District 1 Attorney Task Force and the Texas County Sheriff's Office, recovered a deceased individual in an area southwest of Forgan, Oklahoma, in Beaver County. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation was requested to assist in the investigation, as well as the Oklahoma State Medical Examiner's Office and the District 1 Attorney's Office. Oh, that's Buddy Leach, huh? Oh, boy. Currently, this incident is still under investigation, and there is no other information available. Okay, there's that. I'm going to try to keep up with chat. I'm so sorry. I will do my best. I will do my best. Sherry Berry's here. Georgina Perez. Yes, be her voice rock. Absolutely. Listen, we all know I have a big mouth, and I'm not afraid to use it. Not afraid to use it at all. We want to make sure that justice is served and that family, if any family members want to get a hold of me, at the bottom, there's a Gmail. You can reach me there. Or if you comment on a post, you could reach me there. I try to pay attention to my comments and respond. Deb said that her Landon was almost 17 within a few days. Still a young lady, had all of her life ahead of her. Jason, it's good to see you again. Forgan would be approximately 30 minutes east of Hooker and around 20 miles southeast of Liberal. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. All right. I pulled a bunch of stuff, guys. A bunch of stuff. Let's see here. All right. And then there's this. This was from the mom. Dear family and friends, I'm heartbroken to announce that London has been located and has gone to be with the Lord. Brittany writes on Facebook, I am grateful for prayer, support, love, and assistance Oklahoma and Kansas provided my daughter London, me, and my family. I kindly request that you allow my family and me to mourn before inquiring about the circumstances. We are currently overcome with grief. The Beaver County Sheriff's Office in Oklahoma shared a body of a person who was recovered in an area southwest of Forgan, Oklahoma. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation was asked to help with the case, as well as the Oklahoma State Medical Examiner's Office and the District Office, Attorney's Office, Beaver County Sheriff's, and the media. So there was that one too. And then there was my post there. And I'm reminding people that a year ago, there was a guy in his 30s that they found in the ditch on the corner in Hooker, Oklahoma. And some of the stuff, I'll just say there hasn't been much luck in some of the stuff that gets covered in that area. Let's see here. But I want to show you why this really bothers me so much. Because the guy that was found a year ago, Texas County put out an email. Hey, Mama Las Ronda and Bianca and Sherry Berry, trying to keep track here. Okay, this was from a year ago. In June of 2024, and I'd posted, listen, folks, need your help down there, Texas County area. Anyone know anything about this body found? Any news release of any kind? Why are there no reports and no one asking for help from the public to identify who this person is? If you know anything, let's get it out there. Many thanks, and always be kind and be your best self. This was the guy found in the ditch. I'm trying to pull that up for you. I might just have to read it from my phone, but you can go to the main page and go to posts and read it. But I'm going to read it to you. This is very interesting. This guy, he was found in the ditch in Hooker, Oklahoma, a year ago. And the email from the District 1 Task Force said the body was found mid last week. This is a year ago. Green Dickies, tight pants, black t-shirt, brown belt, black running shoes, and white soles. He was found face down in a ditch on a country road east of 83 and south of 412. Appears to have been kneeling before facing forward. No ID or anything in his pockets. Fingerprints were not available for a live scan because of animal damage and decomp. Awaiting cause of death and any tattoo information. Sent from District 1 Task Force. So you got that one. And then got the last one. Beaver County Sheriff Office seeking information on a body found in the ditch. Body has been found in rural Beaver County. Again, this was a year ago. According to a landowner who lives just west of Bryan's Corner, he found the body in the ditch about a mile south of his house on Tuesday, June 4th, 2024. He noted it was a male with dark hair, possibly in his mid-30s, lying face down. Beaver County Sheriff Reuben Parker said the body was transported to the medical examiner's office in Oklahoma City, and they're trying to determine identification. If you have a missing loved one or have any information at all, contact the Beaver County Sheriff's Office at 580-625-4549. My point is, we never found out anything. There was nothing else ever covered on that case, and we're not going to let that happen. We're going to do our best to try to get justice for London. Now, I've not talked to any family. I'm respecting them. I'm not going to get a hold of them. If they want to get a hold of me, they can get a hold of me. I have shared a lot of things on the Facebook. Again, just trying to get this out in the open. I want to show you a couple more things that I found on Facebook. And, man, it's hard too. This video, let me make sure it's going to come up. I know there's a lag between my computer screen and the TV, but let's see here. I want you guys to look at this. I'm trying to stop it right here because not trying to put anything down at all. But was this young lady getting some help? And if she wasn't, why wasn't she? Now, if you look at her arm, is that not the signs of cutter? Again, this is not to put her down. Not to put her down at all. But was anybody helping this young lady? If that's what was going on, I don't know. But I see a bunch of cuts. Listen, I have daughters, and let me tell you, they like to fight. They like to fight with their mom. It happens. You know, I go through, they're adults now, but many periods of time where they didn't want to talk to me. Mom was horrible. I mean, it happens. In the best of families, it happens. I'm a little confused and just trying to understand here. Was London living with the grandma? Because it seems like maybe the mom lived in Ponca City. Does anybody know that? No, I'm talking about the cut marks on this video. Listen, I do a lot of community service. I volunteer for drug court. I do a lot of things. It's the first thing that caught my eye was these cut marks on her arm. And that's usually the signs of a cutter. And that's how they release themselves, by cutting themselves. That's what makes them feel good.
Someone is detected at the front door.
So again, please don't take it that I'm trying to talk bad, because I'm not. It just caught my eye. The cut marks caught my eye. And are you telling me you can't see them on her arms? It looks like slashed all the way down. I don't know. I don't know this young lady's life. I don't know her family's life. But I always want to make sure that everybody's getting all the resources that they deserve. Hey, Hawkeyes, glad you made it. Okay. There's that. Let's see here. There's just not a lot to be found. Now, it has been said, and I'm going to read you an article that I've got in my hand right here. It's from June 13, 2025. And it's got a lot of stuff on it. It has the statement of the mom on June 13th, and I'm just going to read it all. Some of it you've already heard, but I'm going to read all of this. It goes back to the timeline events, goes back to her being missing. So here we go. The mother of a missing Oklahoma teen shares her daughter was found deceased. London Valdez went missing June 5th and was last seen in Liberal, Kansas. This morning, the 16-year-old's mom, Brittany, shared the heart-wrenching news. Dear family and friends, I am heartbroken to announce that London has been located and has gone to be with the Lord. Brittany writes on Facebook, I am grateful for the prayer, support, love, and assistance Oklahoma and Kansas provided my daughter London, me, and my family. I kindly request that you allow my family and me time to mourn before inquiring about the circumstances. We are currently overcome with grief. The Beaver County Sheriff Office in Oklahoma shared a body of a person who was recovered in an area southwest of Forgan, Oklahoma. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation was asked to help with the case, as well as the Oklahoma State Medical Examiner's Office and the District Attorney's Office. Beaver County shares in a media release. The person's identity nor cause of death have been revealed. I would like to assure the public that at no time was there or is there any threat to the safety of our citizens and communities. Sheriff S. Scott Mitchell states. I don't know how true that is, Sheriff Scott Mitchell. This is the second body in a year. It's been found in your county there.
Someone is detected at your front door.
June 11th, 2025. Friends and family fear for the safety of a teenager who may be in southwest Kansas. Take a look at these pictures they share of London Valdez. Here's a timeline of the events. She went missing last Thursday, June 5th, from Hooker, Oklahoma. However, she was last seen around 4 p.m. that day in Liberal, Kansas. Her last communication with family and friends is at 9:40 a.m. on Saturday, June 7th. It's unusual for her to not be in contact with family. A close family friend tells me that London, 16, was with two men at the time, but their vehicles was found abandoned in Fort Supply, Oklahoma, which I'm understanding that's close to Woodward. The men she was with were located, but London remains missing. So my question is about these two men. And I saw it in the Facebook post. Braden Brown, who they think is 17 or 18, and Jose Majoras, who's 19 or 20. London is known to frequent Liberal, Kansas and Guyman, Oklahoma. She does not have clothing, makeup, or a phone charger. London Valdez from Hooker, Oklahoma, missing since June 5th, 2025. 16 at the date of reported missing, 5'6", 150 pounds. That's all I can find, other than going to the Facebook and looking at all the Facebook posts.
Someone was detected.
Sorry, that's my front door cameras. Okay, let me see chat here. And in the chat, thank you, Juice, for showing up. And this still needs to be verified, but Juice is saying it was an OD. Okay. All on her legs as well. Mom said she was reported as a runaway, which I believe because London was posting after the 5th. And so was Mom, not mentioning about her being gone until many days later. Well, so maybe Mom didn't want people to know that her 16-year-old was out there on the streets. And does anybody know? Does anybody know who she was living with? Was she living with a grandma? Because again, it looks like the mom lived in Ponca City. Not that that makes a difference. It just kind of just so we know what's going on. When you leave it up to just regular news media, they seem to hold a lot out. That's one thing I really like about YouTube. YouTube, we cover it as we see it, and we try to get all the information out there the best we can. There is times we upset people, and that's not what we're trying to do here. We want to get justice for the 16-year-old and her family. Let's see here, Debbie. Something isn't right because London was gone many days before she was reported missing. Mom said no social media from London when there clearly was, and Mom even replied to those posts. Yes, I went and looked too, and I did see where London was posting, and actually it looked like mom and a sister was begging her to come home. Listen, a lot of times you don't want, with all the trafficking and stuff that goes on in the world now, maybe she was trying to protect people from knowing that her daughter was 16 and out there in the streets, which I'd consider the streets, right, guys? We ran away from home. Where was London staying? And how did she know these two guys? Like, there's a lot to be gathered here. And if you sit and wait for OSBI in Texas County to get it, you're going to be waiting a long time. I'm sorry. That's my opinion, and it's not going to change. It's not going to change. So if you really, truly want to make sure she gets the justice she deserves, sorry, my husband is carrying in stuff from Sam, so he's about done. If you want to get the justice that she deserves, you got to stay on top of it. And the first thing is getting it to the news outlets. Like, how many people in chat even knew that this case was going on? And most of everybody in this chat is from that area. And there's 50 people in here, but we got over 4,000 as subscribers here. And a lot of people are working. A lot of people check different times. So we just want to make sure we get this out here and have a voice. Have a voice for London and her family. Deb says, I think London ran away. And with what info that Juice has, I think she may have run away. It sounds like she ran away. And that's not unnormal. Like, that's something normal. You know, kids get mad at their parents or whoever their guardian is, and they run away. The thing is the streets are not safe. Juice knows Jose and Brayden. So, Juice, is that the crowd you run with by chance? And again, I'm glad you used not your real name. Anybody in here, please do not use your real name in YouTube. The body was found on Friday, the 13th. Friday the 13th. And Juice knows a little something. And I'm going to assume that Juice is in the area and knows. But he's saying that London died from an overdose, and then she was dropped in the dump at a farmer's property. And that one of the gentlemen made a statement against the other gentleman. And that possibly, in his comments, that possibly, or her, I don't know, guy or girl, sorry, if she would have got some help, she could have lived, maybe through some Narcan or something. But I asked if they knew the OD was it fentanyl, and Juice says yes. So, listen, I know my oldest daughter's 35 and come from a small town. I'm not kidding when I tell you that about half of her class has passed away from fentanyl. Very, very dangerous drug. And then you've got the horse tranquilizer along with that. That can't be, Narcan can't even help that. Hugs to all of you in Oklahoma. Thank you. Yes, the 13th. Juice says, people in Hooker know people in Liberal and in Beaver, especially if they use drugs. Yeah, I mean, usually you kind of have the same crew. You know, I covered a case in April, if you go back and look at my posts. And it was about a gang in Liberal. And if anybody remembers, they had taken water pellet guns and painted them like real guns and was shooting people. But Liberal's not any different than any other city in the U.S. Every city has drug problems. And it seems to be fentanyl seems to be a big one. And yes, I dug on Facebook too, and I looked at the mom's posts. I looked at the sister's posts. I'm not going to share them. If you go look on Facebook, you can see the posts, and it's really sad. Really sad. There's no doubt this young lady was loved. No doubt. Okay, Kansas Rural says, I knew about this girl's being missing. It was in the Liberal Police Facebook update. There are also girls randomly missing. And yeah, I think you guys got trafficking going on there too. And that's not unusual either. Trafficking's going on everywhere. The Panhandle seems to be a different, scary place. The thing about the Panhandle, let me shut my door. The thing about the Panhandle is they seem to just let cases just go to the side. You never have an outcome on their cases. I mean, if you go back and follow the Veronica and Julian case, law enforcement didn't even search for it. And the fire department reserve and farmers went 1 mile east, 1 mile west, and 1 mile north, and 1 mile south. And they didn't find their bodies for 14 days. But there wasn't a big search for them. And I'm not trying to toot anybody's horn, but I honestly feel like if we wouldn't have been putting it out there and putting the pressure on, I don't know that these women would have ever been found. When it first came out, it was like an abduction, trafficking abduction is what they was trying to sell everybody. And we wasn't believing it. Didn't sound right. Did not sound right. Now, one thing I did notice is we all know I just love the daylights out of Wrangler. And did notice that Wrangler and his wife are friends with this young lady's uncle. And I do know that the Panhandle, it don't matter if you're from Boise City, it don't matter if you're from Hooker, if you're from Guyman, Ulysses, anywhere in that area, a lot of you know each other. And it's not just because of drugs. It's just because it's small and you have a lot of rural areas, but a lot less people. So it's real easy for people to know one another. And that's the other good thing about going live and trying to get this out there is like Juice, I appreciate you. And, you know, I hope the family knows all the stuff that you know. Hope they're not finding out just from YouTube. But I'm going to tell you, it seems like law enforcement, they don't really want to give out information. My other question is, why is there no news reports on this? Why is there no news reports on this? It's kind of crazy, huh? Hawkeye says, there's a lot of scary places, but that area to be scary everywhere. Yes, it is. Again, a lot of unsolved cases. Seems like to me, a lot of homicides, it's real suicide. When children aren't kept busy with school and activities, they get into trouble. I'm a mom and a grandmama, and all my kids have been kept busy, so there was no time for trouble. Well, you know, sometimes it don't work that way. You know, you can have really good parents. Listen, my daughter is probably going to have a fit that I even go here, but I'm going to go here. And I love my daughters to death. I love my kids to death, and I have grandkids too. My kid's dad was a U.S. Marshal for over 33 years, a United States Marshal. Okay, my grandpa was the sheriff. My grandpa was the attorney general. So law enforcement's in our family. My daughter got tied up in the Mets game, and I didn't notice it. I had no clue. And people was telling me, "Hey, you sure your daughter ain't into meth?" I said, "Oh, she would never touch drugs like that." Wow, that was 5 years of my life I'll never get back. And I had to learn quick about meth. I had no clue what it was. And so you can have the best of parents and still get rebellious and go out and do crazy things. That's what kids do. Now, I did notice on Facebook, and it's saddening. The saddened comments of some young ladies blaming the mother. Now, listen, I don't know the circumstances, okay? But how are we going to go and blame the mother? Like, listen, I am in agreement that a lot of parents maybe don't know exactly what their kids are doing. Okay. We had a thing not too long ago. These parents were just dropping their kids at the skating rink. You know, does that make them bad parents? I don't know. But as a parent and as a grandparent and somebody of the community, I would say, please, please do your best and involve yourself in your kids' life. Listen, we get tied up in the hustle and bustle, okay? We got soccer games, we got baseball games, we got all kinds of things going on. But you got to take time out for your kids. And even sometimes the kids are going to go be rebellious and get tied up in some bad stuff. It happens. Sherry Berry says, Debbie, when my boys were growing up, and if I had to punish them, I sent them to cousin's farm to work, kept their butts out of trouble. Yeah, some people don't have them resources, you know. This was a single mom, as I read. And again, don't know the situation. It sounds like to me this young lady was living with her grandma, and her mom was in Ponca City. Debbie says, yes, the cops were looking for Veronica and Jillian day one when the car was found out. Well, I'm going to disagree with that. I'm going to highly disagree with that. I don't believe that's to be the case. And if there was, I don't want to take this off of London, but if there was crime scene photos that was handed out that day and everybody knew who it was, why did it take 14 days to get them arrested? And how come Paul Grice went and told him that he did it and they didn't arrest him because they didn't have a warrant for his arrest? So listen, we'll agree to disagree. But coming from somebody that spent a lot of time and effort on that case, I'm going to disagree. That don't make you a bad person. Just saying. And Hawkeye says that meant to say it just seems scary. Yeah, real scary, for sure. Even in southwestern Colorado. Well, you know, the Panhandle is a scary area anyway. Yeah, we covered the trucker story too. Tammy. That's when the District 1 task force was pulling over CDL drivers. And it wasn't so much a ticket as it was a piece of paper, and they was having to pay over $300 to keep it off the record. But the thing is with a CDL, you cannot pay a fine to get rid of a ticket. And last I knew, FBI was investigating that, and I'm not sure where they're at on that. And Oklahoma Watch also did a big story on that. Yes, we have covered that here as well, for sure. I see Gail Nelson's in the house. Good to see you, Gail. Gail, if I end up going to Liberal, I'm going to hit you up because I might need a place to park my bus. So I will let you know. I'll let you know. Nona says, I had terrific parents, and I managed to get into more trouble than any of my siblings. Listen, it happens. It happens. For you to see a smile. Hello, listening while driving a tractor. Hey, love, how you doing? It's good to see you. Hawkeye says, Rock knows a lot in that area, more than most. I spent time on the ground looking for Veronica and Jillian, talking to thousands of people, listening to their stories. Man, you know, it's crazy. So crazy. Thank you for sharing the live. Again, you know, we want to get justice for the family and justice for London. Let's see here. The cops know everything I know. The whole town of Beaver knows. The girls that work at the police station go around gossiping. There will be charges soon. Well, if you're waiting on Texas County and OSBI to make them charges, you might be waiting a while. I mean, Paul Grice, one of the 5 that unalived Jillian and Veronica, which seems to be one of the main ones, on his second interview, told them he did it. And he was drunk. And they said they couldn't arrest him because they didn't have an arrest warrant. Now, really? Listen, I'm watching too many First 48, I guess, because nowadays, can't you just call a judge and get a warrant signed by email? Because I think you can. Don't put so much faith into them. If you go talk to people from that area, they'll tell you how crooked it is. I mean, my gosh, you got the head drug task force guy, Kevin McIntyre, who was a police officer in another area, another task force agency for the state, and he got embezzlement charges, and then faked a robbery, and then came to Keys, Oklahoma, became a chief of police, then was an interim sheriff in Boise City, and now is head over the task force. Like, really? That's who you got your faith in? Sorry, my opinion is not that way. Nona says, the trafficking narrative was probably what Granny and the Misfits wanted everyone to buy into. All the more reason, I believe, if not for Rock and this channel, the whole thing would have just gone away. I believe that 100% too. I really, really do. Now, we found out other things involved in that case. And, we've definitely dug on that case. We're staying on top of that case. Tiny Tots. The first department looked 1 mile north, south, east, and west for Veronica and Julian. That's correct. That is correct. And it took them 14 days to find them bodies. Mm-hmm. Debbie says it's Sherry. Yep, my kids were in scouts, cheerleading, football, baseball, service to the community, full-time school, and work if they wanted a car. We have to do what we have to do. I agree. And I'm going to tell you that I had to pay for my first car. I had to pay for my insurance. I had to pay for everything. But my kids didn't have to do that. I feel like I gave them too much. And I had to do chores. It seems like my kids didn't do chores like I had to do. A lot of things is not the way that we were raised. I think sometimes we got to get back to the good old days in the raising of our kids, the way we were raised. I know the families when I talk of Veronica and Julian. Yes, me too. Me too. I know more about it than I want to know too. There's a lot in that case. We also talked to Wrangler. We're a big supporter of Wrangler here. As a matter of fact, he's got court in August to get his kids. Titus to Jesse. Jesus girl. Debbie, you sound like you're trolling super, super hard. Are you a misfit? Let's hope not. Again, we want to make sure that everybody has the right to talk here. And I mean, just because her opinions are different, she's obviously got a lot more faith in the law enforcement in that area than we've had and we've seen. Now, is that her fault? No. Let's see here. Hawkeye says, I agree with Rock, though. Not everyone has the right resources. Most have to work, and some just don't care. Yeah, some have to work, and you just got so much going on. And then you don't recognize, like, many might not have recognized the cuts on this young lady's arms. As a matter of fact, let me get that off of there. Stop that screen. Didn't realize it was still up there. Tammy fought the trucker deal and is still in the courts. No, hers got dismissed. And supposedly the FBI is still investigating the District 1 task force. But we can't seem to find any information on that. So I'm going to say it probably got swept under the rug too. Now, I do know that the Oklahoma Watch, we have been in contact with that writer that wrote them stories, and he's still doing digging. So I'm just going to leave it at that. A lot of crazy stuff going on down there. Okay, so Debbie says, I'm not trolling. I just come to find out more info on London because it was brought to our attention in our group by a friend of the family. If I'm not wanted here, I can go. No, you're wanted here. We always have different opinions, all of us. not everybody in Rock Talk family agrees with me. Yes, it was hard as we had to work also. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm just saying, it seems like a lot more hustle and bustle. And, you know, the one thing I will say is growing up, I thought if I ever did drugs, that my father and my grandfather would bury me 6 foot under in the backyard. Also thought if I got pregnant, that they would literally kill me. I'd be dead. I feared for my life. So I knew better than to do any of that stuff. And it seems like even with my kids, like I said, my oldest daughter's 35. Seems like with kids, they knew you couldn't kill them. Okay, so the fear factor of doing stupid, crazy stuff was not there no more. So they did crazy stuff. Sometimes it is lazy parents, but sometimes it's not so much the lazy parents. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. Hey, K.I. Banks, it's always good to see you. You know, haven't you ever heard about the preacher's daughter? I mean, they always said that the preacher's daughter was the one that always gets in the most trouble. Does all the crazy stuff. Like I says, Debbie, sometimes today kids are thinking they can do whatever from what I see a lot. Yeah. And they know that they're not going to get buried 6 foot under in the backyard. And I don't want anybody leaving. I mean, if you truly want justice for London, please stick around because we're going to keep covering this. And I'm hoping that the parents or the mother or the grandmother or even the uncle will reach out and catch me up with what's going on. Yeah, I don't, Deb, I'm so glad you said that because listen, I had a gun pulled on me on a live. A lot went on. I am not very well liked by Mr. Bowley. And a lot of it is because I call them out for the shit that I see. And I don't think they wanted to have to do their job. And that's my own opinion. It's my opinion. And I think I rubbed them the wrong way because I stayed on top of that case with Jillian and Veronica. I'll stay on top of this one too. Sherry says, growing up in an Irish family, Saturday morning cleaning day, chores throughout the week, but Saturday was the deep clean. I have 11 siblings. Oh, yes, I remember them days too. All about love and happiness. Let's see here. Deb says, I will contact her because last I heard from Tammy, she is still fighting it. I've just read the updates on the articles. I don't personally know Tammy, but I know we haven't heard anything from the FBI and them investigating that with Buddy Leach and the Drug Task Force. Now, I will tell you that we've found several LLCs in the old DA's name, Boring, and Buddy Leach's name. It's really kind of crazy because the building they all go back to seems to have had a fire and empty. And a lot of these business seems to be in Buddy Leach's wife's name too. What's going on there? Don't know. Seems crazy. And there's got to be somewhere and some count of where all the money went in what they called the trafficking. Maybe it's not called trafficking, but the CDL charges of speeding and stuff to get out of the ticket. That money went somewhere. And yes, absolutely, 1,000%. Debbie Rock does believe in difference of opinion, hon. You're okay, absolutely. Not nice for a mod to be calling new members who have subscribed to you to be called a troll. Yeah, well, let me tell you what, we do have a lot of trolls, and honestly, they're always trying to protect me, and I get it. And, you know, everybody in here, especially the ones that's here, that come to every live, they've vested their heart and souls in the Veronica and Jillian case and getting justice. So when somebody comes in and acting like which is how I took it too, so I have to apologize too. I took it that you was thinking that Texas County, Matt Boring, he's just gonna, um, is he gonna do everything you want? I mean, after what I saw with the Jillian and Veronica case, I can't wait till trial because I want to see exactly what they did to you. Because from a distance, it don't look like shit. And you're talking to somebody that was out there every day looking for these women, and I didn't see law enforcement. Okay, I drove almost 6 hours there to look for these women. Thought I was going to go help look for the women. I ended up being the command center. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. That's very protective here. You know, we had almost 6,000 people on the live when a gun got pulled on me. Well, if you don't like it, Deb, all I can say is I don't do this for money. Don't care. And if you don't want to stick around, that's up to you. We're here to try to help get justice for London. If you don't want to be a part of that, that's fine. I'm not going to keep going over it. The mods protect me, and this is their channel too. You know, I did say earlier, we do get a lot of trolls. This is YouTube. I mean, my gosh, it gets crazy in YouTube. But I'll just tell you, we get a lot of trolls in here. We get a lot of things that goes on. And I did say in the Discord, probably going to have a lot of new people in here and really want to help get justice for London. If there's anything that's inappropriate that's said, delete the comment, but do not ban them from the page. Hey, Beach Baby, it's good to see you. Hope them twins are doing good. My twins are doing awesome. But what happens is, it seems when you have a big group like this, and we all don't know each other. Some of us do, but all of us don't know each other. And so there's going to be different things that rub people wrong, okay? You got to have thick skin to be in the YouTube streets. I'll say it 1,000 times. And just because somebody texts something, sometimes it comes across as a text, not the way they meant it. And so I could see both sides of it. Put on your thick skin and move on. And let's just keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. You're good at Deb. We are just overprotective of our rock. We're overprotective of everybody in here. We want to make sure that everything gets talked about the way it needs to talk about. Now, I do want to say there is a GoFundMe. Let me see if I can share that. It's not going to let me share the GoFundMe. Okay. Let's see if I can go to Facebook and do it that way. Okay. Sorry, I want to find the GoFundMe. Here it is. Here's the GoFundMe. $4,360 raised at the goal of $16,000. That's for funeral expenses, and also the mom's going to have to take off work and travel. So there's that. Let's see what else here. I pulled up a bunch of things. If you only knew how you have to present stuff in YouTube, it's kind of difficult, but we're doing it. Trying to do the best we can. See, you know, you can do what I did without me sharing all this on here. Is I went and really looked at the Facebook posts, and Deb is right. You could see where London was gone. She was on Facebook, and Mom was talking to her, but what does that prove? I don't know what that proves, other than she did still have social media because she was using it. London was using social media, and Mom was begging for her to come home, and so was the sister. Hey, Lucy Morningstar, good to see you. Catch up on comments. this comment just, wow, something else. Okay. So Beach Baby, I know you just came in here, but I want to make sure, and Lucy Morningstar, there was somebody else I saw in the chat. We have a 16-year-old girl who went missing down in the Panhandle. Body was found on Friday. We're dealing with the same law enforcement that we're dealing with Jillian and Veronica. So that's where we're at on this. We're going to try to get justice for London. And from previous, we know that we got to keep this out here and keep talking about it. Bianca's driving, that's okay. Be safe driving, for sure. You know, the family had asked that they not be bothered, and please respect that. This is a horrible tragedy. It's a lot to be going through. And after I seen the comments on the Facebook post blaming the mom, and then one girl said, seems like I've got everybody all up in the uproar, and laughs about it. And her comment was, blame the mom. I don't think you can do that. We don't know enough to blame anybody, other than we know that she was missing. We know she was with two guys. We know that their car was found close to Woodward, abandoned. And now we got a friend that's come in and gave us some good info. And I'm going to assume what Juice is saying is true. That Juice is saying she OD'd. And that they hit her in a dump at a farm in Hooker. Yes, she was missing. It looks like she had ran away. And it took several days before she was reported missing. Now, in Kansas and Oklahoma, and actually probably every state in the United States anymore, a child at the age of 16, they're going to really not do an Amber Alert because it's more of a runaway situation, is what they say. And again, the body was found on Friday. I can't find one news outlet other than the one that is a net outlet, like the main outlets. I can't find the story on it. Ariane and Greensburg, good to see you here. Thank you. She went missing, I know. Yes, seems like she went missing on like the 7th, maybe the 6th. But she went missing. She was on Facebook, made a lot of posts. Mom was in her Facebook begging her to come home. Sister was in the Facebook begging her to come home. Also, on one of the posts, it said the two men she was with safe. I wasn't sure what to think about that. And has them two men been cleared? Juice says they have not been cleared. And I don't know either one of these men. Braden Brown, 17 or 18 years old, is what they said. And then Jose Manjares, 19 or 20, is who she seemed to be hanging with before she disappeared and was found unalived. Ariana says Saturday was the last anyone heard from her. Thank you. Thank you. Saturday was the 7th, right? You're talking a week ago, the 7th. Because her body was found on the 13th, so I'm going to assume the 7th. Thank you very much. And Deb says, Mom didn't report her missing on Facebook for days after she left on the 5th. Such a very sad case for London. Again, you know, I could see where the family would be coming from. A lot of trafficking, a lot of things happens. You really want people to know that your 16-year-old daughter, other than your friends and family that's helping you look for them in LE, that your 16-year-old daughter's out there on the streets. I can see why not. One thing I will say is to the family, as much as I like going and looking, seeing what you're posting on Facebook, you really should go put it where it's not public. Because, listen, social media, will chew you up and spit you out. Social media can also help you. You just have to have the right ways to do it. Ariana, thank you. She was a very lovely girl. I was looking at all of her pictures. Listen, I've been obsessed and just looking and digging and trying to find everything I could find out to do this live, to try to get the word out there the best I can and not hurt anybody's feelings. Do some skip traces, try to figure out who all's involved in this, their background. And the best thing is word of mouth and people from the area, people that know all the people, even the two gentlemen that speak up and talk about it. Tell us what you know. Hey Dan, how's it going? I've talked to the cousin. She said a few things. Yes. A lot of it you can see, honestly, a lot of it you can see in the Facebook posts even. Again, my first advice would be to get that from being public. Because again, social media will eat you up and throw you out. And that's not what the family needs right now. They need everybody to be kind and do the best we can to help get all the information we can. And they might not even want our help. But once they figure out what they're dealing with law enforcement, believe me, they'll want to help. Okay. Well, Juice says they have not been cleared yet. Also says that one of the guys wrote a statement on the other guys. I don't know. That's rumor. Even though I'm listening to him, I'm paying attention, I'm taking notes. I'd love to talk to a family member. I really would. And if they talk to me and they don't want it publicly, I'm okay with that too. But I really want to help them the best I can. Deb says, so I'm assuming with what has been mentioned here that London didn't live with mom. Is that true? Maybe that could be the reason it wasn't reported sooner. Maybe mom didn't know at the time. That's possible. It seems to me by looking at the Facebook posts without talking to anybody close to the situation that she probably was living with a grandmother. And this friend, Ariana, thank you very much. Now, I was curious because it seems like the mom's mom maybe lived in Illinois. So is this the dad's mom? As far as the grandmother, I'm just curious. And you don't have to answer if you don't know. That's okay. It really don't make a difference. I was just curious. Dan, always excited to see you. Hate the circumstance, as always, when we're covering these hard cases. Debbie, it could be a miscommunication through the parties, grandma, mom, etc. I'm glad she was eventually reported missing. So sad, the outcome. Yeah, I feel really bad that I didn't realize that this was going on. I know I saw it in the Guyman, on the Guyman page. I'll just call it the Guyman page. I've just been really busy. And, there's another girl that was missing from Park City, and they just found her last night. So, you know how many kids run away? It's hard. It's hard to find them all. It's even hard for law enforcement to find them all. And listen, I love it that you're here and you seem like a very sweet person and you care about your friend. Now, if this is your real name, you really should go change it. Do not use your real name on social media. Let's see here. You can ask. It's really not that big deal. I was just curious. Yes, anything that you guys can find out, you can hit me up by sharing an email that's being scrolled across the bottom of the page. Or if you go to the YouTube channel, into the post, or even after this live, you can make a post. And you tell me you need to get a hold of me, I will respond to you. Again, please don't take anything serious as far as, thinking somebody's attacking you. When you're dealing with social media and you're dealing with YouTube, when people text things, sometimes you really can take things wrong. And listen, I take things wrong all the time. I'm constantly apologizing. I'm trying to be a better person. Um, but Deb, again, we used to have trolls come in here so bad. It was so bad. And yes, Deb, that would be great. If you could find that out, that'd be awesome. You know, anytime. Actually, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to drop the link. If anybody wants to come up and talk, you're more than welcome to talk. Whether you be a family member or part of the channel, you're more than welcome to come up and talk. The only thing I do ask is that you're not up here spreading a bunch of false information, and please do not be attacking families. We are going to share the link just in case anybody wants to come up and talk, wants to say something. I don't know if Christopher is still here, if he wants to come up and say a prayer. What I heard the grandmother used and app text to the two men, the cousin told me that. Yeah, I mean, and somebody else in here was saying that she might have OD'd, and that very well could have happened. Does that make her a bad person? No, no. But leaving a body and dumping it, that's not okay. And so for anybody to be cleared, when they were last seen with her and the body to be dumped, I have a lot of questions about that. She's not trashed. Why was she left in a dump area? Or even left? It's horrible. It's just absolutely horrible. Should they be punished for leaving the body? Absolutely. Listen, I don't care how scared you are. Titus to Jesus says, agreed that there are others from other cases who watch this channel and ought not be trusted with anyone's legal name. Absolutely. I can't say that enough. I definitely do not want somebody coming to the YouTube channel and getting attacked by trolls or getting stalked. They'll go hunt you down in your Facebook channel. Like many of you from the area, I made a couple of comments and shared the post. That might be how you found the live here. And the only reason I did that is because we're trying to get information. Trust I do as I'm a helper reason I stopped by here. I appreciate that. And I believe you have a good heart. I really do. And I think you do want to get justice for her and find out what happened. Again, man in his 30s, found in a ditch a year ago at the corner in Hooker. It was said that his fingers had been eaten by wild animals. And you know, we never could find out anything about this guy. In his 30s, Hispanic, somebody said, well, it's probably an illegal. Well, you know what? I really don't give two shits. It's a human. And he has a family. And more than likely, his family never found out. Well, at the same time, I'm not going to say the name of the pig farm, but most people know it. 2 cases where people were unalived at that pig farm, and you can't find anything about it. You came across on Facebook, somebody was shot, police department was there, can't find anything else about it. Titus to Jesus, agreed. That's why I ask questions. Social media is ripe to create misunderstandings. Absolutely, I agree. It's very easy to do. I said I do it all the time. Okay, goodbye. That's how you feel. See ya. Okay, thank you for covering London's story. Absolutely. We want to make sure that the justice system takes care of that. Let's see here. She wasn't on drugs. See? And you're sure about that? Because that brings a whole, not that I'm not judging the young lady if she was doing drugs. Listen, people dabble and stuff, they do it all the time. It happens. Especially if your parents ain't around. You know, the difference is when I was growing up, it was weed. You know, now it's meth, horse tranquilizers. But somebody that is in that group, claims to be in that group, says that she OD'd. and it was fentanyl. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't like repeating stuff like that, but don't seem like there's any articles out there, so we're just asking. We talk to her every day. So, Ariana, I'm not trying to be mean, but I have a question. Was she a cutter? Because it seems like she was. Was this young lady going through some stuff? Was she getting counseling? Was she getting help that she needed? And I saw her arms and all them slash marks on it really caught my attention. Since you're close to her and you talk to her every day, was she a cutter? I'm just really curious. And again, I only ask that because we got to make sure that people are getting the resources they need. And this young lady was struggling with some steps in her life, which is usually what happens with a cutter. What kind of resources was being offered to her and her guardian? Trying to understand what this issue was. I'm not sure. Listen, I get fat fingers on my phone and Hawkeyes where you texting someone and put it in the chat. I've done that so many times. If you want, I can message with the stuff that cousin told me. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Again, there's the email. Actually, you could also send me a friend request, Rock Chalk Crime, on Facebook. And you can hit me up in Messenger there if you'd like. I will not repeat what you say. But I'd like to know a little more. Deb C says we definitely dug up on a lot of what's happening in Guyana. Yes, we have. Oh, a lot going on in Guyana. I mean, you've got the DA, Buddy Leach, involved. You've got the ex-DA involved. You've got a judge that was Granny's attorney for her divorce. There's just a whole lot going on there in Guyana. Words, self-harm recovery resources in that part of the world are pretty sparse. Yeah, I believe so, and that's why I want to ask. She was going through a lot. She just got out of an abusive relationship. She was trying to better her life. You know, I guess at 16, see, growing up, my parents were a little more strict. So as far as being in a serious relationship at 16, yeah, that wasn't happening. But I could see where it happens nowadays. Welcome back, Bianca. Welcome back. Yes, actually, I'll pull it up for you so you can see it. Let me share it here. Now, I'm not a very good Facebook person. I'm getting better. But I went and removed everybody off the Facebook because I never could keep up with it. Jesus, it was so busy all the time. But let's see here. Let me just pull this up. And I'm not going to look for you because I don't want people to see your stuff. But see here, it's Rock Chalk True Crime. Smith & Wesson, my German Shepherds. There you go, Rock Chalk True Crime. It's under Rock Chalk Crime. There was over, I think, 2,500 people. Now I'm down to 11. So I can start accepting friends again. Listen, it was so hard to keep up with it all the time. And I never want somebody to think I'm not getting back to them. Now I understand Facebook a little more where I can hopefully keep up with it. But if you hit me up in Messenger, I'll definitely pay attention. Here was while I've got this up here, I shared this on my page. Andrea Lambert update. I've added 3 more photos of London. These are pictures of her without makeup. Any of my peoples in Woodward area, please share this. This juvenile was last seen Thursday, the 5th of June in Level, Kansas with the vehicle she was last to be seen in was found abandoned near Woodward. One of the guys she was with is from Woodward, and the other guy is from Beaver. The police are thinking foul play is involved. She's only 16 years old. Let's find this baby. If anyone knows anything and doesn't want to come forward themselves, please just reach out to me, and I will forward the information. There was a bunch of pictures shared here. Very beautiful girl. Oops, I don't know what that is. So, several pictures shared. Oh, there's just a lot on Facebook. And I thought I shared this from her page. We're going to get rid of it because I thought it would say it was her name. So then here was another one, age 16. Another picture of her. It's really sad. Mom was reaching out. Again, here's this picture. Again, it seemed like the young lady was going through a few things. Not judging. There was the one from Park City. That one was found alive. But anyway, there you guys go. There's some more pictures that are very beautiful. Very beautiful. Sad. Anyway, hopefully you was able to see that. Facebook isn't letting me find you. Anyway, you can drop a link to it. How do I drop a link to it? Let me see. I don't know how to do that, but I'm going to try. Can one of the mods share it? Oh, maybe not. Let me see. They're really going to test me, huh? Should be able to find it under Rock Chalk Crime, right? Okay, I'll tell you what. Let me just go and let me go and change this to public, maybe? Change it to public. Maybe that'll help. You guys tell me. Okay, you found it? Oh, good. There you go. Rock Chalk Crime. There you go. Let's see. Don't be sorry. I don't know. I'll drop that link, though. How about also content today from our girl Rock? Very heartfelt, too. And it is very heartfelt. Like, it just breaks my heart. I cried last night. Very sad. There's a lot. Oh, thank you, Lucy. Still want to call you Heather. Lucy shared it. Thank you, Lucy. Appreciate it. Again, I'm not real good with Facebook. Trying to get better, guys. We'll go live again here soon. Titus Jesus, that's exactly what happened with my niece. Everyone blamed her mother, including nasty Nancy Grace. When we start doing the blame game, it's really sad. We don't want that to happen. Can you show her profile? Yes. Let's see here. Scott, Smith & Wesson. Okay. Oh, see profile picture. There you go. Hopefully that helps. Let's leave that up there. We'll leave that up there. Anyway, please get with me if you have information. We will keep going live, keep discussing this. If I get more updated stuff and it's okay to share it, I will share it and we will go live again. Just treat people the way you want to be treated. And if you was in this mom's situation, please, the way you would want to be treated. That's the best thing to do in life. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Let's see. I'm going to watch comments for a minute. Rest in peace, London. All the prayers out to her family. If we can help get justice, that's what we're going to do.
Lockjaw family rising up like a storm. Oklahoma, Kansas roots been reborn. Texas fires burned under California skies. OHIO screaming into the night. Smith and Wesson, locked, loaded, they gleam. German Shepherd pups chasing down their dreams. Fire it up from the plains to the hills. Kansas hearts beat wild, unchained by their wills. Smith and Wesson, locked, loaded, they gleam. German Shepherd pups chasing down their dreams. Fire it up from the plains to the hills. Kansas hearts beat wild, unchained by their wills. Devin Seed, back up, Mike, they cry. Mama lost, holds her head in the sky. Mother Belly 420, battled away. Jezebel witch won't be silenced today. Bitter winds howl on the edge of the plains. Dust and struggle carve lives in their veins. Legends whispered in the fields they blaze. Ignite the night, set the world in a craze. Lost and found in the shadow of fight. Family names tattooed in the heart's light. Steel strings screaming under crimson skies. Feed the fire, don't let it die. Unleash the howl of the wolves at their backs. Spread the call through the winds and the cracks. Unity forged through the ash and the flame. Lockjaw family, forever the name. Devin Seed, back up, mighty could they cry. Mama lost, holds her head in the sky. Mother Belly 420, battled her way. Kansas hearts beat wild, unchained by their way. Devin Seed, back up, mighty could they cry. Mama lost, holds her head in the sky. In the sky. Mother Belly 420, battled her way. Jezebel witch won't be silenced today.
All right. Can you guys hear me? Hopefully you can hear me. I think you can hear me. Okay, one, actually I'm going to say two things. Hopefully you was able to find it on Facebook, Rock Talk Crime. Two, I'm going to reach out to Jeff Hurden. I went to school with him. I've got the connects with News Nation still. Everything that I had acquired during the Veronica and Jillian case, I'm going to reach out to them people and see if they will cover the story, get it on the news, get it talked about. As sad as it may be, it's got to be talked about. It's got to be talked about. We want people in the area. Listen, there's a lot of people in the Panhandle that are tired of the way things are done. And they're tired of things getting shoved under the rug and no justice being served. Thank you, Ariana. Very much appreciated. Much love to you. And I'm sorry for your loss too. This has got to be really hard. And I'm going to assume you're young too. Um, yeah, I'm going to assume you're young too. And I appreciate you speaking out for your friend and trying the best you can do to help. I promise I won't release anything that you tell me. Um, Stay strong, young lady. And you're 30. Okay, well, you're still young. Still young. But you're probably from the area. And I'm, listen, I'm a big law enforcement person. I believe in law enforcement. And, but sometimes we have to keep the fire under them to keep them doing their job. And if that's what we got to do, that's what we'll do. Uh, with the Veronica and Julian case and dealing with the same law enforcement that is going on here, it's just sad. Sad. Because they're saying they knew exactly what happened to Veronica and Julian, but they wasn't even looking for them. Dan says faith is everything. The substance of things, hope for the evidence of things unseen. Ariana, thank you so very much. Beach Baby, you're from that area. Many of you are from that area. You know what law enforcement's like in that area. We did several lives on the Panhandle. Listen, a lot of crazy stuff happens in that Panhandle. Crazy stuff happens all over the world, but it seems to happen more in the Panhandle. Many prayers, yes. We're glad you came to, and we are very glad you was able to help. Listen, we all have families, and by God, if this was my family, I would want you guys helping me. And, you know, maybe we can do the things that the family can't do. Or, you know, they're busy grieving. Maybe we can get it out here in the public and get some justice. Either way, this young lady deserves justice. Now, I don't know how close you were with her. Or you might have talked to her every day. But sometimes, unless you're right there, do we really know if she was or wasn't doing drugs? And should that really matter? It kind of does. Not because we're judging, just to know the story and just to be able to dig and help the best we can for that justice. Now, if she OD'd and was left, that's not okay. Do you leave somebody unattended because they're ODing? I don't think so. I wouldn't want a family member left unattended and then just thrown away like trash. You know, there's laws against a corpse and how they handle a corpse. Unfortunately, this young lady lost her life somehow, and we want to figure out how. Then we want to know why she was left to be found. Who found her? Did the farmer find her? Listen, if I was to guess, I'm going to say it wasn't law enforcement that found her. Somebody led him to her. That's my opinion. Ariana is very sharp. Yes, very sharp. We really appreciate you. Much love to everybody. We will be going live again. I'm going to still dig on this. I think I'm going to go to bed here before long. I have not slept. And if you're friends with the family or anybody in the family and there's something that I can do or something that I can cover, I do know that Musation will probably want to talk to people who's willing to talk and talk about their loved one and tell exactly what they know happened. That's something to pass along. Or if you're a family member that's been watching this, please hit me up. Hit me up. And Ariana, I will. As a matter of fact, let me stop the screen and let me go in there and look and see if I've got a message from you before I let you go. I don't see a messenger yet. Crap, it wants my password. Okay, I'll mess with it. I'm sure it's there. Sure it's there. Okay, much love, everybody. Dan, Hawkeyes, Ariana, thank you very much. Debbie from the area. I do hope you come back. Let's see here. Bianca, Beach Baby, Tiny Tots, everybody. Nona Lou, absolutely everybody. You are wonderful. Such a good family here. Much love to everybody. We'll see you again soon, very soon. The more information I gather and figure out what's Mama La Stranda, much love to you. Figure out what exactly is going on here, we'll go over it more. And please hit me up if you know anything.
Well, her name's Rock Chalk. She's the talk of the town. We're the German Shepherd duo, always sniffing around. Smith and Wesson by her side, they ain't just for show. They're the muscle when she's hustling, solving crime on the go. She's got her boots in the dirt, she's cracking the case. A true crime queen with a smirk on her face. Loves her country rap bumping, got that twang and that beat. You mess around with her, you're in for a treat. Oh, F-A-F-O, better watch your step. Rock Chalk's on the scene, she'll clean up your mess. With her dogs and her charm, she'll track you down slow. Oh, F-A-F-O, yeah, you reap what you sow. She's got a badge and a sassy attitude to boot. Kicks down doors like she's in hot pursuit. Smith and Wesson bark, don't you dare run. She's the queen of the scene, yeah, she gets it done. Country rap on the radio, she's cruising the street. From the city to the sticks, she's the one to meet. Her motto's real simple, don't try no bluff. Mess around all you want, but you'll find out quick enough. Whoa, F-A-F-O, better watch your step. Rock Chalk's on the scene, she'll clean up your mess. With her dogs and her charm, she'll track you down slow. Oh, F-A-F-O, yeah, you reap what you sow. She's got cowboy boots and a badge of steel. With a heart of gold and nerves unreal. You thought you could hide, but she's always in the know. Now you're caught, son, F-A-F-O. So here's the Rock Chalk and her Shepherd crew. Smith and Wesson got her back and they're coming for you. Country rap in her veins, she's the queen of the scene. F-A-F-O is her motto, and she's living the dream. Rock Chalk out. Hey! She's got cowboy boots and a badge of steel. With a heart of gold and nerves unreal. You thought you could hide, but she's always in the know. Now you're caught, son, F-A-F-O. So here's the Rock Chalk.
Let me tell you about a crew that's cooler than cool. We got the Rock Chalk family breaking every rule. Deb's typing so fast, smoke's coming from the keys. She's got emails done before you've even said please. Noah's out of pulling dodging winds on the lane. A tornado's chasing, but she's like, not today. Like it's crooning Jolene, giving Dolly a run. Christopher's like, y'all, Bible studies for fun. Beach babies out there building castles in the sand. Lavender's so sweet, she's got bees holding hands. Rock Chalk chaos, the party never ends. We've got love, we've got jokes, we've got weird best friends. Every day's a circus, and we wouldn't change a thing. Rock Chalk family, we're the Chaos Kings. Ostrich hit the spotlight, now she's signing autographs. Bianca's got tunes that'll make you bust a laugh. Jezebel's on a broomstick, Starbucks in hand. She says, living the dream, honey, that was my plan. Holly K's so stunned, she breaks cameras with a glow. Leroy's just vibing like go with the flow. American Honey's cracking jokes at full throttle. Tiny Todd solving puzzles while sipping from a Rock Chalk chaos, the party never ends. We got love, we've got jokes, we've got weird best friends. Every day's a circus, and we wouldn't change a thing. Rock Chalk family, we're the Chaos Kings. Curly girls here spreading love by the mile. She's got strangers turning hearts with just a smile. Meanwhile, the crew's got shenanigans on lock. Who needs a calm life when you got rock chalk? To the wildest team around. We got storm sweet tunes and a love that's profound. If you think your family's cool, you better just walk, cause nobody beats the wild wacky rock chalk. Rock chalk forever. Rock chalk forever.
Also, I'll share the Discord. If anybody wants to join the Discord, you can. Let's see here. Is Ariana still here? Ariana, I don't know what you know about Discord, but in Discord, we go over cases. We talk about them. I'll share that with you if you want to join the Discord. Let's see here. All right. Here is the Discord. There you go. Much love, everybody. Have a good Monday night. Have a good week. We will be going live again as soon as we get more information. Yes, spread that love. Whoop, whoop. Your prayers. Yep. All right, guys.